How's it going, everybody? My name is Jack. I am a commercial pilot and a certified flight instructor, and in today's video I'm just going to explain kind of what I want to do with this channel and this series now. For this YouTube channel that I've had for a little bit, used to be something that I just kind of did for fun and really enjoyed doing, and I've also posted a bunch of flight vlogs on there, which is kind of cool. But now I'm kind of transitioning into something that I've always wanted to do. And recently that's been just in my career field with aviation and just being able to fly planes, but also help people understand how they work, teaching other people how to fly, and finally just being able to share with the world what aviation is all about. There's a lot of different YouTube channels out there that have a bunch of different perspectives, a bunch of different series on like all things aviation related to just how to fly an airplane, talking about like all these air shows, all the cool fun stuff. But for me, in the vision of what I want to do now is I've gotten a lot of experience from what I've done firsthand in my aviation career. And the goal with this channel now is to just kind of share with you all of that experience, but put it in a way that you'll be able to understand and take away something and feel educated more on aviation, whether or not you choose to pursue it. Or if you're just genuinely interested, that's just kind of what I want to do as well. It's just kind of pique your interest and help you to see kind of what aviation is all about, but from my perspective and kind of how I've done things. And so what I'm going to tell you now ultimately is just kind of my experience with where I'm at, what I've done in the last couple of years. So I've already introduced myself. I'm a commercial pilot and a certified flight instructor. I graduated from a 3-year degree and program for aviation. And then from there, I went on to be a survey pilot as well as run a Part 61 flight school for over a year. And I've gained valuable insight and experience being able to have that opportunity to do that, as well as just honestly grow in my experience both as a pilot and as a flight instructor, knowing all the things that I've learned and now being able to apply it to not just helping other people get their licenses, but also to help people in general understand more of what aviation's all about, and to be an ambassador in the sense of just helping you guys understand kind of some perspectives if you're genuinely curious about it. My experience also has led me to ferry airplanes across the country a bunch of times. I've flown in over 20 different states across the United States. Done a lot of flying, just doing lines for survey work, as well as just flying with many different students, helping them get across the finish line for both private and instrument. And then finally, for me with my experience, a lot of people have a bunch of different experience levels from where they're at and what's going on. And for me, what I want to just kind of outline is what you're getting from my experience with what I'm doing. As far as the experience that you're getting with me, I have over 1,500 hours combined as a pilot and as a certified flight instructor, giving instruction to both students in the airplane as well as on the ground, giving them concrete knowledge and preparation for their oral examinations, as well as flight reviews, instrument proficiency checks, you name it. So the hours and the accumulation of the time that I've done has really allowed me to grow on the foundation of just understanding how to be a professional pilot, as well as how to be a professional instructor to help you get where you want to go. And over the last couple of years, I've grown in my ability to do all those things to the point where I feel confident enough now to be able to share some things with you guys, to be able to help you understand a little better of what it's actually like to be in the different environments that you have with aviation. And that's ultimately the goal that I want to have with this. My second point with why I'm doing this is how I can benefit you guys. So there's a lot of different things on YouTube with a bunch of different aviation channels, aviation interests. My goal is not to be someone who is like the normal, right? There's a lot of people that just do the same videos over and over and again. My perspective and what I want to do is to take the experience that I've learned and to give it to you guys in a way that you can not only understand kind of how these other videos are doing, but also give you a new perspective. Because my goal with this is to not find videos that have been done over and over again. My goal is to find topics and interests that haven't really been talked about or haven't really been shared, and to give you the perspective of someone who's actually been in the shoes of doing that, so that way you can actually get the raw information and not the sugar-coated answers that most people will give you. Because ultimately, aviation is a lot. It's a lot of time, it's a lot of money that you have to put up front to actually do it. So my goal would be to help you narrow down the process of what would fit best for you to make that investment if you want to pursue it. Or if you're just genuinely curious and want to learn more about it, this is also why I'm doing it. It's just to give you my insights on how I've learned and been able to grow to where I can give you guys the knowledge and information to help you grow as well, depending on what you're looking for. So yeah, that's kind of the whole thing, is I want to try and find different videos and perspectives that people haven't really talked about and shared, so that way you guys can kind of get a different perspective that's just not plastered over YouTube everywhere. And the goal with this is just give you takeaways, right? Give you takeaways and points that you may not have heard before or that you've heard, but just in a different perspective. And lastly, the one thing that I really emphasize with all these videos I'm going to be making here pretty soon is that you can just honestly learn one thing from every video. A lot of times people will be very educational and want to just throw out a bunch of knowledge items about everything with these things, especially in aviation. There's a lot of things to learn. But for me, as an instructor and what I've taught, it's hard to try and get everything out from point A to point B, being you guys. And it's hard to try and just get everything to translate over. So the goal for all these videos for me is to just help you understand just at least one thing and just kind of understand the perspectives of that at least once. So that way you're not overloaded with information, but you're able to understand at least one thing to the most that it could be understood at. And that's honestly my goal, is to basically get you there to where you can grow either in your aviation journey yourself or just kind of get peak interest in what is actually being talked about in the videos. And what's helped me with that too is my experience in all this is really still fresh in my brain. I recently just got off my school that I was working at for a year. So all that stuff is still fresh in my brain. I'm still teaching students. I'm still an independent instructor doing stuff. And on top of that, I'm going to have an airline career here pretty soon as well. So having those perspectives and staying in depth with that is going to be something that will continue to keep me in the game, as well as helping you guys out with those perspectives for staying in the game as well. So the goal is to just honestly use my experience to help you understand something, to where I can actually benefit you guys for actually watching the videos and not just, come away brain dead, to actually at least learn one thing and actually put some effort into it for you guys. But then also just to be able to have you learn that one thing to the point where you actually understood something and kind of came away with something from the video. And that's my goal, is to just encourage, educate, and empower you guys to get yourselves one spot better in your mind of understanding kind of how aviation works and all the different bits and pieces of it. And again, I'm not going to cover topics that are going to be widely known, right? These videos are going to pertain specifically to specific things. So for some videos you may not understand, and that's perfectly okay. But for other videos you might be genuinely interested, and that's the goal, is to get the people who are genuinely interested and actually wanting to learn more about this into these videos, because my perspectives on things has been from straight hand knowledge of all the people that have really been able to do these things. So a lot of the topics I'm going to be covering are from my direct experience and what's happened to me and how I can help you guys benefit from the things that I honestly wish I knew before getting into it. So that's kind of my whole thing with this, and I'm excited to really get going on it. I hope you guys choose to stick around, and I hope you guys choose to understand and kind of follow what I'm going to be doing, because it's going to be fun. I've enjoyed being able to understand all this stuff, but now taking that next step of just going above and beyond that and being able to share it with you guys has been something I've always wanted to do. And as an instructor, it's perfectly making sense to actually be able to do it now, knowing I've done it to a bunch of people in person. So being able to move online and help more people has been something I've always wanted to do. So I hope you stick around. I hope you enjoy. I'll also have a website link down below as well of just who I am as an instructor and as a pilot, with a little more information on where I come from in my experience. So if you wanted to check that out, it's going to be down below. And it's also going to be a good guide too to just really understand kind of where I'm coming from and what I'm doing, on top of the stuff that I've already talked about. But the goal with this is just to have fun with it, to not feel burnt out, but to also be able to share some things that you guys should understand a little more than just what every other person is talking about. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you stick around, and I can't wait to do more of this in the future. So thank you guys so much for coming in. Hope you stick around, and I can't wait to see you guys soon. See ya.